Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just I'm playing Dark Souls 3, the weapon playthroughs. Last episode we did ourselves, we basically did the entirety of the ring today, I would say, except for the bosses that are still left, which is Midir, Halflight, Gael, and then also Soul of Cinder at the end. Also, I couldn't help but notice that I'm floating when I'm sitting next to the bonfire over here. Just thought I'd mention it, because I find it kind of funny. And also kind of sad. No. Just funny. I'm kind of interested to see how these bosses are going to go. Especially Halflight. And Gael, I would say. Midir, like... Midir just... There isn't much left of Midir for me. Like, I know like almost all of his attacks. Like, I could still die to him. He could still fuck me up in some kind of a way. But... I feel like from all the bosses that I fight in the final episodes, Midir usually isn't an issue. The Soul of Cinder also usually is an issue. Even though Soul of Cinder is a little bit more difficult for me to deal with. Why? Because I have not yet figured out the Soul of Cinder's entire attack pattern. Like I did with Midir. Like knowing when you can dodge and what you can do and all that jazz. But I still feel like Midir is just... I feel like I'm not... This is my opinion and my perspective on all that jazz. But I feel like Midir's attacks really aren't too difficult to avoid. They're also telegraphed pretty dang well. He doesn't just like pull some attack, like an attack out of his ass. This entire boss battle makes sense to me. Except for the laser attack, which I don't usually deal with. Alright, big combo. Damn it. What are you gonna do, buddy? This is the laser, I think. It's first fire and then laser. There we go. Okay, I do know how to deal with that laser attack now. That's good enough. Let me go and do a little spin. Because he decided to run into the wall. Alright, go. Oh boy. For some kind of reason I didn't think I was going to be able to dodge that. Sorry, I thought I was too close to him. Which would mean that I would get hit. Oh yeah, second phase. Right. Let me go and back off. So I don't get hit by your shockwave. Are you kidding me? Alright then. I got you, Midir. Here comes some fire. I'm gonna roll at the end, just in case. Hit him in the face. Avoids the souls of the dead. Going it up. It's gonna do a double tantrum anyway, so... Even though I'm pretty far away though. Nah, doesn't matter. You can just run around it. Because Midir's a little bit stupid. He might also be blind. I'm not sure about that though. Oh yeah, that's the laser attack if I've ever seen one. Let me just go and casually be behind you. Because I don't think you can hit me when I'm behind you. Ow! My god, that was wrong. Did you... I'm sorry. Did you see the amount of damage I took from that? Like, did you see the amount of damage I took from that? That was almost a one-shot. There's a reason why I remember that attack being a one-shot move. Cool. And goodbye. Well, that would have really sucked because he was almost dead. But in the end, people, I didn't die. And that's all that matters. I won. Even though I got hit at the end, but meh. Is that the only moment that I got hit? Well, except for getting hit by the magical shadowy orbs of something. But I usually get hit by one or two of those, so. Alright. One more level into stamina. And I guess I'm gonna put the rest in HP. Alright. Time to go and deal with Halflight. Or just Spear of the Church. Hearken to the call that summons thee. Make haste. I hate that boss. Well, I just hate it. Yeah, nope. I don't like that boss. The Spear of the Church is a little bit annoying. It's forced PvP. Which is not the only issue that I have with it. Like, it's not only because it's forced PvP. It's also just like the entire freaking speech that you have to listen to from Argo. Even though you can technically kill Argo, but then you, like, at least I usually get hit by him and take a sizable amount of damage from him. So I'd rather not. I still find this really funny, this situation where I'm like, wait, did he just run past me? He's opening the door. And then it just runs behind me like crazy, and then I'm invincible by doors. The divine providence of doors has protected me. He attacked me in one of my playthroughs, right? That was very interesting. Like, a lot of weird shit was happening, and suddenly Argo was behind me trying to kill me. It was pretty damn good. Was it the, I think it was the last playthrough. That was amazing. I fucked up a lot of times in this boss battle in the last playthrough. I might also fuck up a lot in this playthrough, who knows? I've not had too much luck with PvP in this particular playthrough, so woohoo. Make haste! Let's hope that I can stab you in the arse. Nope. Oh, okay. Hey man, I'm not gonna complain. You're dead. Spear of the Church. Oh boy. Lagmeister. Oh no. Of all the things. Of all the fucking things that I could have to deal with, it had to be a lag dude. Amazing. Oh. Osama bin Laden. Wow. Oh, you should have died from that, buddy. Well, you're dead now anyway, so. And then a painting guardian suddenly got stabbed by an invisible foe. Fuck yeah. First trying Halflight? My god. The run is over, people. Halflight is the most difficult boss in this game, so. No. He is, I will say, he is the boss that I probably died to the most. Yeah, no, I would say that Halflight is definitely the boss that I've died to the most, which is insane when you think about it. Or it's at least the boss that I died to the most in, like, recent playthroughs, I would say. Back in the day, it was stuff like, to be quite honest, Pontiff Sullivan, and I just like a lot of normal bosses, which I had a lot of issues with. I just died a lot back in the day, which makes a buttload of sense, like, Dark Souls isn't easy. But now, I am almost unbeatable. If you give me freedom of choice of what weapon I use and what I do, then I'm basically unstoppable, yes. Then there is not much that can stand in my way. Basically the Exile Greatsword. Just a strength build with the Exile Greatsword. I'm done. I win. Like, against the game, by the way, not against other players, because PvP is an entirely different thing. Alright. Oh man. I'm actually really happy that I managed to make it over here. I'm actually pretty dang interested in the next playthrough. Well, interested. I'm actually in the mood for the next playthrough, kind of. Not particularly instantly in the mood to play through Dark Souls 3 again. But I am in the mood to play with scythes, or reapers. Because they are interesting. Well, interesting, they're just cool. And they play, like, I seem to remember them being pretty dang good also. So, like, just being a good weapon, they're fun to play with, and... yeah. It is in general just nice. What the fuck are you... Oh wait, I forgot for a moment that I'm fighting Gael. Probably the weirdest boss in the game. Well, weird. Kind of. Especially in his first phase. He has a very, very special way of attacking. And that together with the fact that this guy has the biggest HP pool and the biggest defense ever. Yeah. Makes for one hell of a final boss. Cube is going to die from these bosses. Like, I have a tiny feeling that Cube is gonna lose his shit in the Ringed City. It's not gonna be pretty. I'm pretty dang sure about that. Because, yeah, sure, Freed is difficult, and I still personally think that Freed is the most difficult boss of Dark Souls 3. But... Midir and Gael and the Demon Prince? Yeah. Those are also not easy. Especially the first time. After you've done it like 16 times or something, then you're fine. Yeah. Well, not really though. You need to, like... I wouldn't say that. It would take a lot more than that, I think. Because I would personally say that when I began these playthroughs, I was already pretty dang good at Dark Souls 3, so... That for somebody who doesn't have the experience of Dark Souls 3 that I have, yeah, that's gonna be something. I thought you were gonna attack me again, but that is wrong. Nice. I did not think I was gonna be able to avoid that. Corona! Oh no! Not Corona. Alright, here comes the third phase. But the music becomes even more insane. 'Cause it's Dark Souls. Oh boy. I still find these attacks so interesting. Because of the fact that they require you to dodge at the perfect timing. The horizontal ones in any case. The vertical ones not really, but the horizontal ones really require you to dodge perfectly if you want to avoid all damage. Because it doesn't really stun you as much in this phase. Like, the amount of poise damage it does is not as high as in the first phase. But it just does a lot of chip damage. Which really makes this battle a war of attrition in a certain way. With the amount of SS you have. Oh boy. Nice. God damn it. Alright, he tends to do that 2 times. I have more than enough Estus, so I'm gonna top off just in case if I manage to somehow fuck something up in a major way. Which is a thing that could happen. Okay. Haha! Stopped him in the middle of his really cool attack. Hey, you know what I just remembered? I still need to do something in this place. The split leaf greatsword is not the final Halberts. Yep, I forgot about the Halbert. Well, at least it's good that I remember it now and not later. Okay. What do I even care about at this point? I guess more HP. Like.
Farewell, Ashen
More HP doesn't hurt. Okay. Let's go back to Filianor's list. Wow, no. Filianor's Rest. And we're gonna have to go and kill Shira. Because she is holding onto a weapon that I want. That I need, kind of. To finish off my playthrough. Also, this battle arena, by the way, fucking beautiful. I love it. At least I hope that Shira is gonna invade me or attack me. I think she should. I don't think you need to talk to her. I think you just have to go here. Not even attack Midir or whatever. Yep. Shut your mouth, I know how annoyed you are. I'm also annoyed that I managed to forget this. Well, no, not really. I'm not super... Actually, I'm pretty happy. I wouldn't say that I'm annoyed in any way, shape, or form. At least not yet. Ah. Was hoping I'd be able to stun you, so it couldn't do that, but... She decided against that shit. Ow. God damn, just does a lot of damage. I underestimated her power. Ow. Ah, come on. Stop doing that. Stop it, you barbarian! He says when he is the one who killed everything that she held dear. Which is the reason why she is so not happy with you. Do you wear a mask or is that a tiara? That's a tiara, yeah. Yep, it's a tiara. Shut your mouth, I know. Titanite Slab, Sacred Time of Filianor. Okay, so. The Crucifix of the Mad King. I think that... You know what? I can go and check this out, because I need to go back to Firelink anyway. Let me go back to Firelink first. I want to see what I need to upgrade this weapon. I think it's Twinkling Titanite, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Alright, go and give me some more HP. 131 souls. Excellent. Alright, Andre. So, to upgrade the Crucifix of the Mad King, Twinkling Titanite. Yep. So, this thing is very interesting. So it does dark damage, together with normal damage. The other thing that I find very interesting is the way that the strong attack works. Because this strong attack is the attack from the clubs, I think. From like the large club. Which I find a very interesting thing. It's also a really good move. In general. Aside from that, this is normal. And now you have this thing. Where you can kind of activate the dude. Nothing happens. But if you do this, now do a strong attack, something happens. So now it's a Scream. Which is just an AoE attack. And the other thing that can happen is this, which I think gives you poise. Like it gives you super armor. And there's another thing that can happen. If I can get it to work. There it is. So when this happens, you have this little thing following you. And it's going to blow up. So that is like... Those are the three things that you can do with this weapon. It's a really, really cool and interesting weapon. But it's not made for my build. And it's also the end of the game, so at this point, I'm not really gonna be using anything else. And I'm also not going into New Game Plus or anything, so... Ah yes, that makes sense. There you go. And then the final one. Let's kneel. And skip the cutscene. Because if there's one thing that I cannot deal with anymore, it's watching the cutscenes. Yeah, no. My patience for the cutscenes has definitely run out. I kind of cannot believe it that I managed, like, that I, in the first couple of playthroughs, that I actually watched the cutscenes and listened to the entire, like, went through the entire credit sequence. Well, I will say I still really enjoy the music from the credit sequence. But I'm, like, if I want to listen to it, I'll just listen to it myself in my free time. But I'm not gonna record the credits anymore. That's, the thing is, like, I think when I was doing that stuff, first and foremost, I did the playthroughs, like, pretty far in between. Like, they weren't as close by as the playthroughs are right now, where I'm basically, like, I do batches of, like, 3 or 4 playthroughs in a row or something. Sometimes, or 2. I didn't used to do that, so there was a lot more time in between all this stuff and all that, and I could basically enjoy the game a little bit more. But, like, in a certain, let's say it like that, it's just, bleh, my god. I enjoyed the game more in like, the way that the game feels, and the story, and the music, and all that jazz. But right now, I'm really enjoying myself with the gameplay, as opposed to having to pay attention to all those other things. Which in my opinion is, at this point, more important. Like, if there's anybody who's watching all these playthroughs, God save you, because it's a lot of them. And also, like, I think that people would definitely appreciate it if I did not spend as much time looking at cutscenes and going through the story again and again and again. Me personally, like, I would really enjoy that as a viewer. Because if I wanna, like, I wanna give an example. So, I watch quite a lot of Fire Emblem content if I can. And I've also seen some, like, Fire Emblem randomizer shenanigans, which is amazing. I'm probably eventually gonna do that myself too, just because it sounds like a lot of fun. But one of the YouTubers, or one of the people that I was watching at that point, he was doing the randomized stuff, but he was also reading out the story and all that jazz. And I was like, no, I don't want that. Like, it's, yeah, there's just so much story in a lot of the Fire Emblem games. And I was like, yeah, I'm only here for the randomized stuff, not particularly to listen to the story. It was also a playthrough of a Fire Emblem game that I didn't even know too much. Like, I didn't know the story of that game, so I did not want to spoil myself too much. Meanwhile, I'm fighting Soul of Cinder Gwyn. Ow. God damn it. Oh no. Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Alright, roll and roll and woohoo, okay, I got hit by that. Here comes the lightning. I need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I'm not gonna watch him die. There we go. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, right, the randomizer stuff. I feel like once you start to do, like, challenge playthroughs of a certain game or whatever, you really shouldn't be focusing on the story. Like, if you wanna, for me in any case, if I wanna look at a let's play of the story, then I look at a let's play of the game. Not of anything modded or hacked or whatever the hell. But that's, of course, my own humble opinion. Alright, so after all that stuff, I feel like I've been talking so much in this playthrough and about a lot of things except for this game. That's what happens. Yep. So, I want to go and take a good look to see if I have everything. I think so, but, you know, just for my own amusement, I want to see. So, I have the normal Halberts, I have the Lucerne, I have the Winged Knight Halberts, I have the Red-Hilted Halberts, I have the Black Knight Glaive, the Gundir's Halberts, Immolation Tinder, Crescent Axe, the Glaive, the Split Leaf Greatsword, and the Crucifix of the Mad King. Alright, let's go and do some reading, people. And then I'll just give my thoughts on Halberts in this playthrough. Alright, this long-hilded weapon mixing spear and axe is difficult to handle, requiring both strength and dexterity. Can be thrust like a spear or swept sideways like an axe, making it a versatile weapon, effective against multiple foes. The skill is charge. Hold spear at waist and charge at foes. Use strong attack while charging to extend the length of the charge. Red-hilted halberd. Long-hilted weapon mixing spear and axe. The red-hilted halberd is associated with clerics. Can be thrust like a spear or swept sideways like an axe, making it okay, that's just the same. The skill, however, is perseverance. Assume an unfaltering stance of prayer to temporarily boost poise. Damage reduced while activated. The Discern, a pole arm with a sharp, hard-pronged head that inflicts thrust attacks. The Discern is wielded overhand like a hammer or can be swung from the side to break through shields. The skill is Spin Sweep. Sweep foes in a large spinning motion and utilize the momentum to transition into an overhanded, actually, strong attacks. The Glaive. This halberd with a large blade was a scythe refitted for battle, designed for slicing and inflicts slash damage. The skill is also Spin Sweep. The Crescent Axe. A crescent-shaped halberd resembling a long-handled battle axe, traditionally wielded by the Way of White clerics. The skill is Warcry. Let out a spirited Warcry that temporarily boosts attack. The Winged Knight Halberd. Halberds wielded by the Winged Knights who swore themselves to the angels. The thick, heavy, bloodstained blade can only be swung by one with inhuman strength. The skill is Chain Spin. Sweep foes in a large spinning motion and use strong attacks to continue the motion until stamina is exhausted. A Split Leaf Greatsword, a long-handled greatsword that made its way from a distant land, crafted entirely with steel, making it exceedingly heavy. Split Leaf refers to the shape of the great blade and its resemblance to the veins of a leaf. The skill is Wind Wheel. Spin weapon vigorously above head and sweep foes and transition with normal or strong attack for continued spin attacks. Which whip up wind and gain momentum, there we go, strengthening subsequent attacks. The Black Knight Glaive. Glaive of the Black Knights who wander the lands used to face chaos demons. The unique attack of this glaive greatly reduces enemy poise, reflecting the tremendous size of the enemies that the knights have fearlessly faced. And the skill is also Spin Sweep. The Crucifix of the Mad King, a cross spear hung with a malformed corpse. Once a Mad King was born to the Pygmy royalty, and Shira, Knight of Filianor, put him to rest. But Shira's cross spear, unable to kill the undying king, only pinned itself to him. Shira delivered them together to a dark room, where she stayed and held them close. The skill is Mad King's Folly. Slam malformed corpse to the ground to briefly awaken it, then fillet with strong attack to trigger a roar, a blessing, or a vexation. The Immolation Tinder. Profane flame wielded by the Iristilian witches. Frigid spirits roaming the Boreal Valley. Sorry, I was confused. This torch, both a weapon and a staff, is enshrouded in an everlasting flame. The skill is Punitive Flame. Punish foes with a flame that blankets the ground. Gundir's Halberts. Halberts of Gundir the Champion. Received when he was charged with his duty. This old cast iron halberd has the power to break through poise and is said to never crumble, seeming to suggest that Gundir was fated to eternal service from the beginning. The skill is Champion's Charge. Hold spear at waist and charge at foes and use momentum to transition into a sweeping, strong attack. And that, my friends, is it. So, halberds. First and foremost, let's go and talk about this playthrough first. I feel like I've been talking my ass off about a lot of different things. I have no idea why. I also don't really care too much about it. And I'm gonna leave it at that. The other thing is my cosplay. My god, my cosplay was good. It was really good. I really liked the way they turned out. He looks quite a lot like Dimitri. Even his weapon looks quite a lot like Dimitri's weapon from Fire Emblem Three Houses. So I'm really happy with that. The other thing is, in the beginning of the playthrough, I would say that I did not like halberds too much. The reason being is because the first ones didn't have this attack. The first ones had the stab. I knew that the halberds that I wanted to use were going to be these ones. But even when I got the halberd that has this moveset, I was like, huh, I don't like it too much actually. Like, I didn't like it too much at the beginning. It's like, but it's fine. Like, it wasn't as bad as spears, for instance, but I didn't like it too much. And for the rest, well, yeah, at a certain point, I feel like I just switched into 5th gear and started blasting everything and going through the game. I died a lot of times because of very stupid mistakes. And this weapon also leaves me open, but like for quite a lot. So once again, I've been using curved swords in the last playthrough, which didn't leave me open too much compared to this weapon. And yeah, just switching between heavier and lighter weapons can be kind of difficult to deal with, in my opinion. Aside from that, the Halberts are good, man. They're good. They're a good weapon class. I would definitely recommend using them. Especially these ones, though. Maybe not the stabby ones. But I think that the stabby ones could also still be useful to a certain degree. I just don't like the way they feel because of spears. And that's gonna be it, people. The next playthrough is going to be the Reaper class. We're gonna be getting a grand total of 4 scythes. We're gonna be getting the normal scythe in the undead settlement, so I'm gonna have to go through the game until I reach the undead settlement. I don't know what weapon I'm gonna choose until I get there. It doesn't really matter too much what I choose, really. I just need to go and take a look at the stats and figure it out that way. So we have that one, and then we have the scythe that can drop from the Corvians in the Road of Sacrifices. Then we have the scythe that can drop from the one Pontiff Knight that uses it right before Pontiff Sullivan's boss room, which is interesting. I actually really like the way that weapon looks. Don't remember how good it was. And there's also Freed Scythe. And I seem to remember Freed Scythe being pretty freaking good. So I guess we'll see how it's gonna go. But that's like the only... I find it really fun. That's like the only objective for an entire playthrough. Collect 4 Reapers. That's it. Not anything more, not anything less. I love that. Oh, and after that I can do my Great Hammer playthrough, which is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a sizable amount of grinding in that one, I think. But it's gonna be fun, because I seem like... I like heavy weapons. I like them quite a lot. So that's gonna be interesting. And they're also just good, I would say. They're not bad against boss battles either. They're just good in general. And then it is time for the legendary bow, crossbow, and great bow playthrough. Which is either going to be amazing, terrifying, annoying, or whatever. It's either gonna be really good or it's gonna be really bad. But I'm gonna finish it nonetheless. That's a... Or wait, let me go and say it like this. I'm gonna try to finish it. If I at a certain point feel like, nope, this is not fun anymore, then I might still continue going. I have no idea. I'll just have to see. Ay. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this entire playthrough nonetheless. And well, yeah, if you're interested in more, there are 14 other playthroughs just about on the channel. Some with some pretty crappy quality and other, but yeah. It's just the way that this channel works. Some of them are really good, some of them are pretty dang bad. And you can look forward to... Like, if you cannot deal the old quality, you can look forward to 3 more playthroughs. And then I am done with Dark Souls 3 for a while, I think. I don't think I'm gonna touch this game for a while. Not until Cube wants to do a co-op playthrough. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not gonna touch this game. Cube still needs to finish his side, but I'm not gonna touch this game for some time. I'm probably gonna be focusing a bit more on Fire Emblem, maybe, after I'm done with this. But that's actually my plan. Because I'm getting, like, my Fire Emblem itch is coming back. Goodbye.